So this grant is allowing us to build a virtual reality police de-escalation training simulation, which is a lot of buzzwords, but basically you walk into a big empty space, you put on a virtual reality headset that blocks out your vision of the real world and replaces it with basically the inside of a video game. You're playing as a police officer, and it's your job to take a potentially dangerous situation and de-escalate it. So calm everything down, deal with any citations that need to be given out or arrests that need to be made without letting the situation escalate into something violent or dangerous. The scenario is a traffic stop. So you've pulled someone over for erratic driving and you find out that maybe they have a restraining order against someone. You have to figure out if that person is the passenger. You're not legally allowed to ask the passenger for their identification. So how do you confirm that the driver is safe? A story is basically a sequence of events, and not just any sequence of events will do. Those events need to make our characters seem realistic, and they need to teach you the important material that we're trying to create. You put a human player into this situation, and especially if it's someone who maybe hasn't played a lot of video games before, they do all kinds of unexpected things. And so having an algorithm that can respond to those unexpected situations and still create a believable and useful training simulation is really challenging. And there's trillions of possible ways that even this really simple story could go. And so navigating those trillions of possibilities and figuring out which ones are going to seem realistic and are going to be a useful training exercise is the computer science challenge behind what we're doing. This funding is critical to what we're doing. It's not just me, I have a team of research assistants that's working on this. And this grant pays their salaries and their benefits and their tuition because they're students, they're PhD students. And it also provides equipment. So it purchased the virtual reality equipment, the computers that we're using for this. It allows us to travel to conferences to talk about this research with other scientists and to learn about their research and how we can use it in what we're building. So this funding is essential. There's a small but growing artificial intelligence research community that's working on storytelling. And I love to collaborate with those people to train the next generation of students that are working on these problems and to say, hey, it would be really cool if AI could do this. No one currently has a solution. I wonder if we can design it. There's a lot of news stories about, oh, the robots are going to become conscious and wipe out humanity. And that future, if it ever comes, is so far away. Of greater concern to me are the stories about people using algorithms to screen resumes and the kind of bias that that leads to. We're trying to use some of that same technology to do something good, to create intelligent training for a good purpose, for de-escalation, for calming everyone down, for creating safety for everyone involved in the community, both police officers and the community that they serve.